right now has us arguing about whether or not the time horizon for looking at the hazards from radioactive waste should be 10,000 years or 1,000,000 years. And that, it seems to me, is a pretty silly argument. And we have trouble with 10 years and 100 years, and 10,000 is a pretty long time. You look back 10,000 years and we don't, and that was the past where presumably there's some evidence. So one thing one might do is redefine the radioactive waste problem as something that one could actually try to manage. Another example of redefining a problem that my colleague Dale Hattis and I have been pushing for quite a while is to consider not toxic chemicals as one, here's a chemical, what are the risks of this chemical? And you do a great deal of study for all of this and come up with some conclusion, and then you do this for another chemical. And by now we've gotten a few hundred chemicals into the IRIS database. The Europeans are concerned with thousands of chemicals in the REACH program, but have no evidence about any of them. And maybe the problem is, how do you manage toxic chemicals broadly? What's a generic approach to managing toxic chemicals? Anyway, that's what I mean. Whether or not that's a good idea, it's what I mean by recharacterizing the problem. How do you deal with a package of chemicals? And I think you'll see that there's an analogy for thinking about nanotechnology. How big a scale or how small a scale do you want to use, as well as an issue, do you want to lump various nano stuff into a chemical paradigm? The third management mode, we argue,